Alright, I got one here. It needs a heater core. It's a 98 Bonneville, and looks like it's going to be some fun. Highly doubt that, actually. Started thinking that it might not be too bad of a job to do. Tried to find some videos on it, but didn't see any. So, done a lot of heater cores before. Never did one in a Bonneville yet. Tell you right now, don't look like fun, because right down there, I got to get to that clamp, get them two hoses off. Being I'm replacing the heater core with a new one, assuming them could be plastic ends coming off the old heater core, off the side tank. Sorry about that, motorcycle came past. Yeah, so I might not actually have to get down there and get those off. I'll bust them off. I'll just break them off the plastic tank, pull them out to where I can get to them, and then take the clamps off, pull the old piece of the tube off the inside of the hose there, and when I get the new heater core in, then I'll just have to slide them back onto it. So, let me see what we got going on inside here. The door's locked. Might help if I unlock it. Okay, so that heater core is somewhere behind the dash on this side, it looks like. And well, let me first start by taking down this plastic panel. Go from there. See what we got behind the glove box. I don't see there. Alright. Anyways, I'll get an update here in like 10 minutes and show you guys how far I got and show you what I've taken off. Okay guys, here's where I'm at. That's what I'm looking at. You can see a box here. You can see the antifreeze was leaking for sure. Took this little cover off right here. It was 2 7mm bolts holding this up here, and a little wing nut in the back corner, and that came down. So now I can see up in there some. See what I'm kind of getting myself involved with here. It don't look like fun. Yep. So I'm thinking I definitely got to go to the glove box too. So let me pull out some stuff up there and see what I can see through the top. You'll see a bunch of little 5.5mm bolts in this casing here. I'm thinking this whole side cover got to come off. The heater core is probably right behind here. Sorry you can't see too well because of the lighting. I'm using the little light that's inside here to help see, but I might get a flashlight anyways. Yep, I ain't got a book to go on. I'm doing this all off of however I see it, and then I'll see how long it takes me. If it takes me forever, then it takes me forever. If I have to go get a book to look at or look up some info, then I'll do that. But alright guys, here's where I'm at. I've been at it for a couple minutes, trying to clear some things out of my way in this area, and I realized it was all pretty much just a waste of my time because I wasn't getting anywhere. I took out the one bolt that's right here. It was right here. Okay. And the cover's loose. I can see the heater core behind there. But the other bolt, you can come up to the glove box area. I got the glove box out. The other bolt is right between here. You can see where I'm touching with the screwdriver. Sorry for the blurry video. The camera got antifreeze and shit on it. The floor's all wet. And I put some towels down there soaking up. So what I'm going to do is, it's a 5.5. I'm going to get an extension. I'm going to go from the bottom here. I'm going to take a ratchet with a long extension. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to try to get my hand up into here and then get over to it and then ratchet it out slowly and see if I can get that cover out of there. Because if not, then there's a lot of bull crap that I'm going to have to go through from what I can tell. So, give you an update again in the next 10 minutes to see how far I got, to see if I got that cover out of there. And hopefully I have. If not, then I've been trying to fight this plastic piece out which held the, I guess, fuses or relays that are over here in place, and this other little piece here, which is not exactly sure what this is for, but something to do with something in the car. Don't know everything over here. And I squeeze these little guys here. You can see you squeeze these, and that loosened this up. But there's a bolt way up top in hell It's not heaven, that's for sure. It's way up there. And I can't get to it because of where it's at. The airbag unit is in the way. If this airbag unit wasn't right here, it could probably go straight through here and get to that bolt, but obviously I tried to take out a couple of these bolts to see if I could move that in any way, but no, that ain't happening. That's not happening. So going straight to this bolt right here now. I'm gonna try to get that little guy out and see what happens. So update in a couple minutes, guys. Okay, here's the update. I used this ratchet, 5.5, the little tiny ratchet. I got up in there, got that little bolt I was pointing out over here out, and guess what? I got the cover loose. I can see the heater core now. I'm actually starting to see some stuff that I noticed in there. You can see that little white thing right there. It's like a, I guess it's for the door for the cold and hot. And there's a lever on top of there. And I have to get that off without breaking it. And once again, it's in hell. So I'm gonna try to reach up there and feel around, see what I can feel, because it's stuck to the top of this box. And as long as that's stuck to the top of this box, I can't pull it down. And I don't want to force it down with that being there, because then it will break, and then we got more problems. So as you can see right there, it's hooked to it. It's hooked to it right there. That right there. Sorry, like I said, my camera's jacked up, but bear with me. Just trying to do the video to give anyone some ideas if you got to do this. It's kind of a nightmare job, but so far I'm making some progress. I haven't gotten down to the nitty-gritty yet, but I'm gonna keep at it and see how far I get. Alright guys, this is where I left off at. I was trying to get the heater core box out. I got that top screw out, I got the bottom one out, so it's pretty much two screws out of that cover and then it anchored in there. Okay, but then I couldn't get the cover to move back all the way because it was hitting into this. So I had to remove this, which there's a computer type thing here, whatever. Not exactly sure what it is. Take another look at it, I can figure it out probably. But anyways, I'm just giving you a quick video here. I had to push this tab in right here. That released this tab right here. And then that released that little computer, and then there's a relay here, and that was pretty simple. You just pry two of these back and pop that out of there. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This guy right here. Okay, looks like actually there's a little speaker in it, probably does the door chime. But that was right back here in this area, and once I got that out, I could move this cover now. I did not touch that. I did not touch this thing up here yet. I remember I was telling you about this. It's hooked to the top. I think what I'm going to do is just slide this back a little bit like this. You can see the heater core, and it's a direct straight in and out type deal. So I hold this back just a little bit. I'm gonna get them two little 5.5 bolts out, and I think that'll be loose, and I'll be able to slide it out of there then. Okay, it'll save me from unhooking that thing up top. I'll just be gentle so I don't break it. If I do, then I'm screwed, but I try to be gentle as I can be. Now I'm gonna go out here and show you else what I was talking about. Okay, I just went out and bought a $40 tool because I thought there were going to be steel tubes on this one. Most of them always are plastic, but as you can see right here, they are. This is the other end of the heater core. This is where the hose went into. It was right down in here. It was in hell. So this is going to save you some time. Don't fight trying to get those clamps off. Do not. You see how this is broke right here? The heater core is already leaking inside the car. So it's not going to hurt if you break these off. This is plastic. So what you do is just get a screwdriver down in there and get to this between the hose and try not to bust anything else, you know. And doing like this nature with your screwdriver, get behind it and just pry until it cracks. And then just pull your hose out of there. Now the top one, as you can see, I got it off. I fought with it, and yeah, I was there for about half an hour. I went out and bought a tool. Then I realized it was plastic, and I saw the bottom one was when I saw the top one was plastic. I said, I'm not even gonna fight with that bottom one. I'm just gonna bust it off like this, and then when I pull it out of there, I could then get this clamp off and pull that out of there, you know. But it's a lot easier than trying to get these clamps off down there where you can't really get your hands and have limited space. So, yeah, you can see right there how I busted that off. And it looks like, yeah, it pulled right through there. So the new ones, you'll see when the new ones will come out, it's going to be metal. And obviously it won't be broke no more. And I'll have a place to put the hose back to. So, that's that so far. Like I said, don't fight trying to get those clamps off. Just get a big screwdriver down there, pry bar, something. Be gentle so you don't bust anything else on the box there. But just try to break the hose free and break the plastic off. And actually, it was so brittle, it was like nothing. It didn't take much effort at all. It just went, put the screwdriver in, I pushed back, and that was it. And then I pulled it right out of there. Hey, what's up, bud? Yeah, it's a hot one, man. Yeah. But so this is where I'm at. I'm gonna give you another update. I'm gonna try to take out the 255 screws and see if I can slide this heater core straight out now and show you that. Okay, so like I was saying before, the camera cut out on me. This is the old heater core. I got it out. You're gonna go through all this work to get one of these out. Don't try to fight those clamps off. Bust them off. It's plastic. You get the new one. Here's the new one. It will be steel, and so I advise you to get new clamps. Kind of with the little 8mm bolt on it, you could tighten down so you don't have to play with them squeeze clamps getting it back on. And I'm about to put this in, and I'll show you some progress here in a few minutes. Okay, so there it is. I got it pushed in, and that was like 1, 2, 3. Didn't really take much effort in getting it back in there. I'll show you the tubes on the outside. And you can see, there they are. So, next is now put it all back together. And so I'll go over some things here that I started to do before. I started to take out like this screw here. That's not necessary. And I started taking out some screws in this bracket here. Not necessary. I thought I was going to have to remove this plastic piece to get the bolts on the side there and get this piece of air duct out, but not necessary. None of that was necessary. Getting the glove box out though did help, because it helped me see that bolt that was right back in here, plus that lever up on top, which I wanted to be careful not to break. So from this point, I'm going to try to tuck the cover back up on there and put them 2 little screws back in, and whatever crap I pulled down out of the way so I could get an access to, you know, moving that cover out of there or moving it back some. Just put everything back in place pretty much. So that's it. I'll give you an update when I got it back together. And like I said, this video might help, might not help, but at least shows you don't have to take out the entire dash in this car. It's just a little bit of tight squeezing and getting your hand into some places. It's a little hard, and for most point, some of these things I've kind of pulled down. I might have not really had to, but I did, trying to get a better view of things, so that's why I did it. And like I said, I wasn't using a book or anything. I'm just going off my own, you know, instinct of I've done a lot of this shit before, and it's just another heater core to me. I thought maybe I had to take out the dash there for a second, but I got kind of lucky. It still was a strenuous, you know, job. Not, you know, not hard, but not easy either. But not as hard as one might think. So if anyone out there has got to do a heater core in one of these, maybe my vid will show you, you know, what you got to kind of go through. So alright guys, just making an update here. Got that bolt back in. Got the top one back in, and let me tell you, the bottom one wasn't that bad, but that top one, trying to angle your hand, hold this box open some and get it started was a bitch. So be prepared to spend about 20 minutes fighting with that one. And once you finally get it started and getting your little ratchet in there, it's not another 1, 2, 3 thing, but doable, but was a little rough. So now it's cover time. Put the cover back on, and I'll give you an update on that in a couple minutes. So alright guys, got the cover back on, got that bottom bolt in right there, got everything in place right. I know it's a little hard to see under here, it's dark, but remember that top bolt up here before I showed you, the one that was way back in the corner here? It's like right there, right between here. You can see it a little bit right where those lights at. That's going to be the hard one to get. I'm going to show you a trick that I do. Sometimes I'll take paper. I got a piece of electrical tape right here, because obviously trying to start your finger and get your hand up there to start that bolt is going to be impossible. So what I'm going to do here is, I got my socket, it's already on the extension, and the bolt won't stay in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove a piece of electrical tape right there, shove the bolt into it. At the same time, check that out, it's holding the bolt. Now my bolt won't fall off. Okay, now I'll be able to stick my hand up in there with this extension and reach it all the way back to that spot and twist it till it starts. That's going to be my trick here, and it'll help me. Definitely a good tip if you don't already know this. So one of the things I picked up a long time, and it really helps. So getting in the tight areas, like where, you know, that bolt goes, where obviously, like I said, you can't get your hand. This is a smart idea. Just stick a piece of paper, electrical tape, whatever you have handy, in the end of the socket and then shove the bolt head in with it. It kind of wedges it in there and it just stays there. So I mean, it still might knock it out, but for the most part it's not falling out like it would without it. So it might be a tip you might want to do if you're doing the same thing. Give you a heads up when I get this in, and everything's pretty much plug and play after this. I just put the things I pulled down out of the way back up in there, put any bolt I pulled out back in, and that's it. And I hook the hoses up outside. It's a done job. Okay, so the cover's in. Got that top bolt back up in there in. As you can see, like I said, it's a little blurry. Sorry for the camera, it just sucks. But I'm going to show you, I got this cover back in now. There's the bolt there, and there's a bolt over there. There, and there. And like I said, I took that out because it was blocking the back cover of the heater core box to come off. So then we'll put that little computer back up in there. Like I said, it looks like the thing that controls the buzzer for the key. It's not really a computer, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. Some electrical components I gotta go back up in there. That's all. And I'm gonna pop them back in. They all pretty much just clip in, except for I think this one was bolted in. Anyways, no, in fact it wasn't. It was slid in. So I'll show you. I'm gonna put these all back in, and this rest is and put the glove box in, and the rest is pretty much downhill. Hook up the 2 tubes, put the antifreeze in it, and run it. See what happens. Should be all good. And remember that little rod I was worried about up in here. You can't really see it because where it's at, but everything was okay on that, so I never had to take it off. It stretched over. As long as you're delicate with everything, you won't mess nothing up there. So you ain't got to worry about taking that off. I thought I was going to have to take that off, but I was able to pull the box over and watch it, and the arm moved with the whole box on top. So that should be okay. Alright, here. I'll give you a heads up here in a minute. The relay's back up in there where it was supposed to be at. This one's directly up here where it's supposed to be at. Said I took all them out, like I said before. On this thing right here, I squeezed these. That's hard to pull it out now. Let's see. This thing right here. Squeeze them ends. And then this plastic piece here comes loose over. That's kind of hard to show this detail right now because there's really no light underneath here. Before the sun was shining right on this carpet in this area, it helped make it bright, but it kind of moved over now. I'm in the shade. You know, since I took a break and went and ate and got the part, came back, so the sun's kind of moved from where I was at. Anyways, yeah, that whole bottom part section is done. The heater core's in. You can relatively see it's not too bad of a job to do. Just fighting some shit underneath this dash on the passenger side pretty much is it. So I'm going to button this thing all up and get ready to put the hose clamps on. Make sure everything's all good. Double check that door, cold hot door up there. Make sure that still works. It should be okay. Like I said, I didn't break nothing. I didn't stretch nothing beyond its limit. It moved pretty easily for me. So anyways, hope this video was some help for you guys out there trying to do a heater core in a Bonneville. It might give you an idea what you got to go through. It's not too bad. Really, it ain't. Just getting the top bolt started, and the one top bolt in the heater core itself. Trying to get your hand angled right. A little bit of a pain. But, yeah, this is what you do. You know, it ain't easy, but it's doable. For sure, even for the average guy who wants to do it at home, not too bad of a job if you're to do it yourselfer, like me. This one's pretty manageable. Like I said, I didn't have to take out this whole dashboard, but I did have to take apart some stuff, bite my hands in it, and it was time consuming just a little bit. If you do them every day, you get a little faster at it. This is the first one I ever done one of these, and like I said, no book. I didn't look at a book at all for this, you know, so just went off my own instincts on how some of this shit might come apart. And sure enough, like I said, you don't have to take none of these bolts out. This bracket for the airbag right here, that's not going to move, so don't waste your time on that. And that duct don't have to come out here. Don't waste your time on that. Like I said, just find a way to get your arm up to that top bolt with an extension of 5.5 on a 1/4 inch ratchet, and you'll get it. Not hard. So this is it, guys. I'm just down to putting the 2 hoses back onto them tubes. What's up, bud? Just got the whole inside back together here. Dash is back in. Open and close it, no problem. I switched to hot and cold back and forth a couple times and watched the little motor work the door, or at least the rod going to the door. Seems like that's all good. Won't know until I actually put the antifreeze in and run it and go from hot to cold. So, but should be all good. And that's pretty much about it. I'm just going to wait for him now because I'm not going to reuse these clamps. I'm going to put the regular clamps that I could tighten down with an 8mm bolt instead of these. Like I said, because next time it's going to, be a little bit easier. So you ain't got much room there to work with, and I could tighten it down with just an 8mm bolt on a long extension. With an 8mm socket on it into that bolt on that clamp. It'd be a lot easier than fighting that squeeze clamp in there. That's it, guys. Pretty much.